Welcome into the Michigan Football Report, folks. We're going to take some really good questions that we put out on Monday, and then we had a bunch of you guys ask questions on Michigan, Georgia, the future of the program, who's coming back, who might be transferring in. So going to go over all of those things here in just a moment. Before we do, though, I don't know if you saw the show yesterday. Shout out to Subway, shout out to Blake Corum, a little NIL deal, and they said, hey, James, we know you got a show going on YouTube, you got some stuff going on Twitter. We want to send you some Blake Corum signed gear as part of his deal with us, and I don't know if any of you guys got this too, but it showed up yesterday, and it's pretty cool. They sent just that in a package and just said, thanks from your friends, or just from your friends at Subway. So really appreciate them going through and reaching out to me. I think we're talking about Michigan wins against Georgia. I might give that away to one lucky member of the audience. So shout out to Subway, shout out to Blake Corum. Man, shout out to you guys. We are almost 19,000 strong. Well, we passed 18,000. We're coming up on 19,000. And, it'd be cool. I always like to set goals and growing your show, growing your audience. If you're not growing, you're dying. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm really considering doing something live on College Football Playoff. Maybe the second half, right? Might go live the second half, and you guys can just watch me watch the game like on your phone while you're watching your TV. Might be cool. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. Send it to a friend if they want more information on this team. If they're kind of a casual fan and you want to get them going into the College Football Playoff, this is the spot. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. First question coming in from KJ, and he says, have we heard anything about the O-lineman transferring in from Virginia? And as a matter of fact, yes, we have, KJ. So good question. I actually heard something very substantial on Monday night and then vetted it out yesterday. They call him Victor, okay? I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, in the spot. I'll do it. Olusegun Oluwatimi. He was a finalist for the Remington Award, the nation's best center, one of the 3 finalists. He didn't win it. Started 39 straight games for Virginia, including every single game this season. But head coach got fired. He's gone. Told that he is silently verbal, he has told Michigan he wants to come, and now he is just going through the academic acceptance process to be accepted into Michigan as a graduate student. He's not going to be an undergrad. He's going to be a grad because he's graduated from Virginia. Apparently, it's a little more of a process than just a typical undergrad, so hoping to hear in the next few days. But if it doesn't go, then he'll likely go back to Virginia from what it sounds like. So keep an eye out for that one. Michigan could get a finalist for a major award that could slide right in there as your starting center in 2022. Next question coming up from Jace Alt. Who do you think is going to have a breakout game for Michigan in the Orange Bowl? It's a really good question, and thought about this one a lot before I came up with my answer. So I think it's going to be actually Donovan Edwards, okay? I think this might be his coming out party. And you're going to say, well, he had a great season for a true freshman. But, on the national scale, people aren't necessarily talking about Donovan Edwards when it comes to Michigan. They're talking about Hassan Haskins, and they're talking about Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo, guys like that. So I think Michigan is going to use him in multiple ways. Might be passing, might be receiving. He had 10 catches in the game just a few games back against, Maryland. And then he's done pretty good as a running back all year. And Blake Corum still seems to be hampered from what I've heard, not 100%. He wasn't 100% against Ohio State, just had a couple impactful plays. I think this is going to be a Donovan Edwards coming out party where the entire country will be talking about him after the game, obviously, when Michigan wins. But that's who I've got my breakout player for this game. But I want to ask you guys, who's a low-key player? Either somebody who's not a starter or is, not necessarily a star player, right? Could be, I don't know, G-Mon Green or someone like that. Brad Hawkins, he's been a multi-year starter, but he's not a star. But let me know a low-key player that no one's really talking about that could and you think will have a breakout game against Georgia. If you want to see that player live, I offered this up yesterday and, haven't got in. I've gotten a few inquiries so far and responded back to those people, but did want to make sure I offered it up, right? I'm not trying to make any money off this, and I just want to help out a family member who bought tickets from the university through season tickets, and now they can't make it to Miami for the game. So tickets available, section 323. If you see this graphic, it is the star, the yellow star in the very top right. So it's right kind of at the, if you're looking down, you're looking kind of right on in the end zone. It's not in the back of the end zone, it's side, so it's a really good seat. Tickets in that section are going for $475 to $500 right now. All they want is $400. Basically, save them the fees, save you the fees, and you can do it all electronically. You can Venmo them or PayPal them or whatever it is, and they can send you the tickets electronically through PayPal. I will vouch for the process. If you feel like, oh, this is, I don't want to buy from some random person, I'll vouch the process. If anything bad happens, you come find me. So you can trust this. Email me and I'll make the connection. They don't want to put their information. James@chatsports.com. It's my work email address. Just say, hey, I'm interested in those tickets, James. What do I have to know? It's section 323 and row 25 is what we have there. All right, next question coming in from Brian Scott. Brian Scott says, being the higher ranked team, do we have the choice in uniform wear, and what should we go with? Answer is yes. Michigan does. As the higher ranked seed, they are the home team, and they will have the opportunity to wear the home uniforms of their choice. Funny enough, LSU's had this in the past 2 years ago. They wore their white jerseys, which they sometimes have as their home, but Michigan won't do that. They'll wear traditional homes. And got me thinking, there's 4 opportunities or 4 different options that Michigan could go with. 3 we've seen in the past. 1 people have been clamoring for, and I think Michigan eventually will wear it. So I want to actually find out from you guys. I've kind of labeled these, and I have given a name. So go down in the comments. Let me know if you were the one choosing, if you were the head of the Michigan Leadership Council or coaching staff, which one of these uniform options would you choose to wear against Georgia? The all blues they wore against Washington, Ohio State, and Iowa, the traditional homes. The all maizes that they've only won one time, 2017 opener against Florida, a neutral game, or the long sought after, long talked about flip. We're calling them the flipped ones. The maize jersey, the blue pants. So go ahead and type B for the blues, T for traditional, M for the all maize. If you think it's the flipped, go ahead with the flipped. I'm sticking with all blue, both because I know they look good. And also, it's good luck, right? Washington, big night win. Ohio State, big win there. Big Ten championships, all in the all blues. So let's keep the good luck charge going. Don't jinx it is what I say. Winford M, he says, do you think Michigan is focused enough? I can't gauge on how hard this team is preparing for the upcoming Georgia game. And I'll give you a kind of just some feedback here, Winford. I kind of was going to be a little bit snarky and be like, hey, relax here. But I actually, the more I thought about it, I think he's got some really good points. And what do you mean by, but what do I mean by that? So it's been 2 weeks and a couple days since the Big Ten title game. And since then, how much have we heard about practice or strategy for the game, or Michigan's, talking to the media about this great week of practice they have? It hasn't happened, and I'm not even confident they've had more than 1 or 2 practices. I was told they're back in on Monday evening, Tuesday, but haven't got anything definitive out of that. Heisman Trophy ceremony kept Jim Harbaugh, Cape Aiden Hutchinson away. Josh Gaddis getting the Broyles Award. He had to travel for that. Gaddis then interviewing for multiple jobs, Virginia, Duke, etc. Then it's recruiting National Signing Day. They got to have a big recruiting weekend. Then you've got to have signing day last Wednesday. Then Jim Harbaugh's the fight. You saw me yesterday. I don't care if Harbaugh goes to the fight, takes his son, takes his dad. That's fun. But all of it combined, I think there is certainly some level of saying, hey, that doesn't look like a focused team to me. I think Michigan has proven, though, this year that they know what's in front of them, and they will put in the time, the effort. They still have 20 seconds, so 9 days until the game. So that's more than a full game week. So I guess they're treating it kind of like a bye week, and they'll start preparing. I think the coaching staff certainly is prepared for Georgia. And I think the players are beginning to, and they'll be in full game mode in a matter of time, if not already right now. And if you guys want to be in game mode, they're not guaranteeing by Christmas, right? 2 days away, so you can't get them there. But if you buy right now, chatsports.com/champs, there's all kinds of Big Ten gear, Big Ten Championship gear, College World Playoff gear, and then Michigan versus Georgia CFP Orange Bowl gear available again in most sizes, not all. If you buy it and you pay for the expensive shipping, you can still get it before game day on the 31st. So if you want for there, we'll keep the link up all Michigan football season long until the national championship. Chatsports.com/champs is the Michigan football Big Ten Championship store. I'll put that link down in the comments and in the description of this video. J Money Sniper 17, my man, appreciate the comment. What do you think the best matchups are to watch in the game? And I put some thought to this as well, and I was going to actually do this show on our live show coming up tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Make sure you guys join us then. So I'll give you a little preview of what that show will look like in some ways. I think for Michigan to win, their offensive line has got to beat Georgia's defensive line, which their front 7, defensive line, linebackers, Georgia's could be the best in college football. But Michigan, took it to a stacked high 4 and high 5-star off defensive line and linebacking core of Ohio State. And if they continue to approach this game with that kind of mentality, and John Madden said the best offensive line performance he's ever seen in any level of football, that's what Michigan needs to do to win. Next up, Georgia's quarterback, Stetson Bennett, can use his legs. I pulled up the stats. I did a lot of watching film of him. He's got 311 yards this year on the ground, right? For kind of a, dorky-looking walk-on quarterback, that's pretty impressive. And looking from the film, he does scramble a little bit, and Michigan needs to be aware of that. They haven't faced a ton of scrambling quarterbacks this year. Next up, special teams and field position. Michigan's been great at it this year. They've had probably some of the best special teams in all of college football. Cannot lose the field position game, cannot have any errors on special teams. The Georgia's running backs have got to be stopped by Michigan's interior defensive line. Mazi Smith, Chris Hinton, and some others, they've got to step up and have the best games of their careers and do not let Georgia run all over them like they have for most of their opponents this football season. And then this guy is the one that I don't know why more people aren't talking about him. He is potentially one of the biggest game breakers in college football. And as I watched more Georgia film and got into them, look, I didn't follow Georgia on a day or week-to-week basis through the season. It's only been the last week or so. Brock Bowers, all right? 47 catches, 791 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's their leading receiver. He is a tight end. He is a threat in the short passing game, but he's a threat in the long passing game. I think he can get hit in those 5-yard little curls and outs. He can get hit over the middle, but he goes deep too. So he is one to keep an eye on. Michigan has been burned by a few tight ends this year, and they've got to keep an eye out for him. So those are my 5 matchups to watch. Thanks so much to J Money Cyper for the question. Want to make sure you guys are following us and subscribing, to the channel if you haven't. We're at 18,231 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe if you love Michigan football, if you love the Wolverines. If you think we're entertaining at all, this is the spot for you. Over 18,000 of you have been along for the ride. Our best season, best calendar year yet. Thank you so much to everyone who has. And if you haven't yet, now's the time to subscribe. Live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Becky and Chad, frequent watcher of the show, frequent commenter. Thank you both. I'm not sure if it's Becky or Chad. If it's one of you guys, you rule. If it's both of you guys, this is my new favorite couple. What will Michigan's record be next season? Bosa, take it to them at their house. Beat Ohio State again next year. Go blue. And look, you can toss me on screen here, Jeremy. I'm going to look down and read it. But people have talked about this a little bit, and it is pretty crazy to see what Michigan's schedule is next year. I don't want to get ahead of myself, right? But no matter what happens, I think Michigan will be a top 5 team coming into next season. 11-0 going into Columbus doesn't seem that far off. I'll read the schedule for you really quick. Now, I will note, Michigan State and Indiana are still listed as what they were before the 2020 season. I believe there's almost no chance it stays like this. They're going to flip-flop those games home and away. So it's home against Colorado State, Hawaii, UConn. And those are 3 terribly easy games. Then Maryland. Okay, then you go at Iowa. That's losable, but you just beat Iowa 42-3. Okay. Home against Penn State. I think Michigan can win that one, although their quarterback's come back for a 9th year. Home against Nebraska. At Michigan State, right? You're not going to go to Michigan State again next year, so I think that one will be changed to a home game. I don't know if they're going to keep it, though, on October 22nd. Illinois, bye week. Home against Indiana, that's the one I think will also be changed. I think that's going to end up being a road game because you can't play, too many teams back-to-back years, whatever it is. Then you go at Rutgers and then at Ohio State to end the year. So let me repeat that wherever. Illinois, Indiana, Rutgers, as of now, are the games leading up to Ohio State. Folks, I see Iowa, Penn State, Michigan State. Like, those are the games Michigan could potentially lose, right? Iowa's on the road. Michigan State will be at home. And then Penn State's at home. That looks like 11-0 to me if Michigan has their head on straight and they don't lose anybody they weren't expecting to lose. So I'm excited about next year, but I'm going to wait to talk about next year really until we get this national championship coming up in about 3-ish weeks from now, guys. We'll talk about more of this tomorrow, but I'm going to leave it as here for the real ones, the day ones who watch all the way to the end of the video. I usually lead the show with this so everybody sees it, but I'm going to make sure it's the day ones. I'm going to see how many of you guys are riding with me. We did it for Wisconsin. We did it for Nebraska. We did it for Ohio State. We did it for Penn State, Ohio State, and the Big Ten Championship game. Let's get big time likes in this video. Like the video. Don't jinx it. I don't like it. You guys like it. It's like you wear your favorite shirt on game day. They win. You keep wearing it. We keep liking the video. And I think Michigan's going to win this game. They probably win without it, but don't be the guy sitting home. It's like, damn it, that Yoder told me they'd lose if I didn't like it. And you'll end up blaming yourself. All right, live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Join us. in the comments. I'll take all your questions, and we'll have a bunch of new Michigan football news, rumors, practice update as well. Until then, go Blue.